Check out the brand new How to Become a Better Looking Man course by using the links below. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. This is maybe one of my greatest videos ever, and I haven't even made it yet. I just know how this is going to go. Ballin on a Budget Part 2. A lot of people really enjoyed the other one. This video is going to be completely different to that one, okay? The other one was more about traveling and life setup in terms of like quality of life, in terms of let's say things that you could do in terms of enjoyment, like go to a different country, live there, have the bills cheap, you know, how you can do kind of more with less. Whereas this video is going to be more about how there's going to be one kind of idea behind this whole video, okay? And there's so many concepts to cover here, guys. This is literally like the other side of male life video that I did, where I'm just talking, ranting, just talking about different things. I'm gonna freestyle this. I've made some notes because I just had to. We're gonna move over to the screen in a minute as well and look at some stuff. So just bear with me until the end, because I promise this information is gonna be valuable and it's gonna change the way you think about the world. But the idea of this video is going to revolve around two concepts, okay? Which is something that's very gym-based, which is deadlifting versus cardio. Okay, and I'll explain in a minute, I'll get to it, but it all makes sense, it will reveal itself. But it's more around, and like I said, it will reveal itself when I break it down, but it's more around getting bang for your buck, okay? The most bang for your buck. And although the Balling on a Budget Part 1 video was about how to save money, how to keep your bills low, and then that can, you know, equate to a better quality of life. This one's about the money that you would have spent anyway, or that everybody is spending anyway, how to spend it in the correct way to have the best quality of life, the best possible life, the best stuff, okay? And there's a phrase that I'm going to keep saying throughout this, and I've actually written it down on one of the images, which is people save where they should be spending, and they spend where they should be saving. Please just write that down, guys. Write that down in bold, type it up, print it off, stick it above when you're laid down on your pillow at night, stick it on your fucking roof and look at it all the time. Because I promise you, this is some next level shit. No, I've not seen anybody talk about this, although, just before I made this video, I was just waiting for the room to heat up while I put the heater on. And I was on TikTok and some guy literally said something regarding, and this will make sense in a minute, I'll break it down. But he was saying that all of his like family live in different houses. What if we all lived together and all chipped in? It was like really weird, and I was like, huh. Like, what was the chances that that would like fall in with the video that I'm making? Which, like I said, will make sense in a minute, okay? But a good place to start, I think, is looking at the average kind of expenditure that the average person has. Do you know what, guys? Scrap that. I'm going to start with something else, okay? So the reason I came up with this video, I've been thinking about this for a while, like a couple of months, whatever. And I went to make, but I didn't really have a video around it. I couldn't really come up with anything. And I was about to make a video on everybody's faking it, so relax, stay patient, which I might still do, okay? But this kind of emits that message regardless. And I was very much looking at like rappers' lifestyles, because I see some rappers that are making the same as, if not less money than me every single month, but they've got like fucking Ferraris and all this shit, and you're like, look, I know it's leased, or I know that the record label might own a couple of these and they just rent them out, they just give them to their artists and they just take it out of their check, whatever, you know, because it's more important for these rappers to be like, if you ever seen a rapper that goes like COVID hit and a couple of them went broke overnight, or they get dropped by their label and they're broke literally instantly, and you're like, but can't you sell all the stuff that you had? And it's like, they never actually had it. Most of these people are leasing what they have, they're renting it, okay? The house that they're in, they're renting. The car that they have, they're renting. You can even rent jewelry and stuff like that. So they're portraying this image to the world that they are balling out of control, but in reality they're balling on a budget. That's what they're doing, okay? And I see so many people doing this on a micro scale. There's so many people doing this on a daily basis with like an above average car, or they're doing it with an above average house or something like that, and they're renting everything or leasing everything, but in reality they can't afford any of it. In reality they've got a normal wage, they're just stretching that wage to the absolute maximum, okay? Now, disclaimer at the start, guys, because this whole video is not financial advice. I'm not actually telling you guys to do this. The reason I'm making this video is to expand your minds and to show you a different method. I'm there to show you the difference in status quo. Like, you should question everything. You should change everything. You should encourage yourself to think differently every single year of your life and consider different avenues and different options. Now, I'm not telling you in life, and this will become apparent as the video unfolds, I'm not telling you to just go out into the world and just spend all your money and, you know, ball out of control and be like, hey, look, I'm rich as hell. I'm going to fake it and present that image to the world. Okay, I'm not telling you to do that. My strategy, as I've told you guys for years, has been to stay patient, keep reinvesting that money, and then when you've got that concrete foundation, then it makes sense to move forward, okay? The reason I'm making this video is for this part that I'm going to move down to now, which I was about to create, which I was about to talk about before this. And this is the average person. Okay, it's the average person's expenditure every single month. Now, apparently the average family, and this is all in pounds, sterling pounds, UK, GBP, whatever you want to call it. The average family in the UK spends $2,528 per month on outgoings. It's quite a significant amount of money, isn't it, guys? Okay. And the other point I want to make on this, and this is something I'm going to circle back round to and touch on in another section of this video, which you have to stay for, because I promise you is one of the most important concepts in men's self-improvement. But the majority of that money is probably the man's money, right? Like, it's probably coming out of the man's account. Now, women go halves. Women do go halves. They pay, they pay their way too. They have jobs and whatever. But men earn more than women. Okay, so he's probably more expected to pay more. And secondly, if she gets pregnant, 2 years, 3 years, she's staying at home with that kid, and then she has a second child. The average family has 2 children. You could be looking at 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever, where she just sits at home before she goes back to work, so that she can raise these kids until they're old enough to go to school. Look, I've got no problem with that. I'm not saying that's an issue. If you've got the money to do so, I actually think it's a great idea. The woman's at home with the children all day. I think that's a fantastic strategy. But it means that $2,528 per month is coming out of your bank account. Okay, just remember that, guys, because I'm going to touch on that again in the future of this video. And, your mind's going to be blown, because I don't think a lot of guys have thought like this before. But number one, we're looking at things like lump sums that are going out the door, things like marriage, things like the 30 grand going straight into the mortgage, and then you've got the normal bills for the rent and the mortgage, 1,000 per month. We know about all these things, okay? Guys dropping like 15, 20k on a car. Like, we know these things exist. So first of all, you've got these lump sums that people spend that go out the door. They fuck you up financially, in my opinion. But secondly, and most importantly, it's the breakdown of these monthly bills. And I'm going to bring something up on screen now. I just don't want to ruin the kind of surprise of what this video is about. But you've got things, like I said, the average UK household, normal bills, rent, mortgage, whatever. The average is like £1,000 per month. Okay, so you've got that going out the door, fair enough. You've got alcohol and nights out. The statistics I've seen, which is for all of this, so I don't have to say it every time, was about £450 per month for the average family, household, person, whatever. They were spending £450 per month on alcohol and nights out. That's incredible. And obviously it's being bumped up by younger people, but or even older people probably going out for meals and whatever, but that's a serious bump. Then you've got entertainment, which is like Netflix, Prime, Disney, phone bill, sports packages, so Sky Sports, BT, pay-per-view boxing fights and stuff like that. Was about £100 per month. I'd be shocked if it wasn't higher. I don't know when this data was collected, but I'd be shocked if that wasn't higher now. Transport, which was £354 per month. Restaurants and hotels, £229 per month. Food and non-alcoholic drinks, £276 per month. There was gym, pets, and television, which was £205 per month that I saw. I mean, that goes into the entertainment I spoke about earlier. But pets is a big one, okay? Pets is like £80, £90 per month on its own. It's pretty ridiculous. And that's only one pet, I think, on average. Now you've got the next one, which is furniture and house items, which is £158 per month. Package holidays, because believe it or not, people take out loans, or they take out pay monthly on a holiday that they go on in the summer, whatever, just so that they can have one with the family. It's nuts, but that's £119 per month. And they said house repairs like £309 per month. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I can see the idea of like having to replace things. And I guess house repairs is like when one thing breaks, like a boiler, it's a big cost. Do you know what I mean? Like if the radiators need bleeding or flushing out, it's like £700. So I can see that. Okay, so like £309 per month. Now if you're renting, the landlord's paying that, okay? So there's different ways in life to like get around it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up something on screen, okay? I'm going to bring it up for myself and I'm going to bring it up for you guys so I can actually talk through it. I've got the laptop here. Here's where we're going to get into the actual crust of the video. Okay guys, so what you're seeing on screen now is a comparison of kind of, like I said at the start, a cardio monthly outgoing and a deadlift monthly outgoing. And I said to you that I'd be explaining this in a gym sense, and I'll explain to you what I mean now. So if two guys go to the gym for the first time, and for one whole year, one of them does nothing but all the cardio machines, all the kind of, you know, the shitty machines that you get in a gym, okay? So let's say they're on the treadmill, then they're on the spin bike, then they're doing skipping, then they're doing very light kettlebells and very light weights. They're just doing slight raises. Then they're doing the yoga class that's been put on. Then they're doing Pilates. Then they're doing, you know, then they're stretching. Then they're getting on the elliptical machine. Then they're going on the Stairmaster, right? They're doing a little bit of everything. They're just, you know, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. They're just jumping on and off. They could do that for a year. If the other guy goes to the gym and does nothing but deadlifts for the year, but uses progressive overloads, the guy who's doing deadlifts for the year is going to be significantly more jacked than the person who's doing cardio non-stop and taking more of a blunderbuss approach, like a shotgun approach, where they're going, I'm going to do a little bit of everything. I'm going to hit every single target at once. Like, it's not very focused. It doesn't work as well. Whereas the deadlift approach is just doing one thing. It's the thing where you get the most bang for your buck, and it gives you the greatest impact, in my opinion. Out of all gym exercises, deadlift probably gives you the greatest impact, you know, in terms of like an all-body exercise. And if that's all you did for the year, I'd bet a couple of million that guy would look better than the guy who's just doing cardio. If, you know, if they had the exact same genetics, if they were twins, I guarantee the deadlift guy would look significantly better. Obviously, if their calories are the same, etc. But you get my point, right, guys? There's a deadlift approach to life. There's a cardio approach to life. Going in the gym pissing around, or going to the gym and actually actively doing the most important thing and doing it more, is almost like the Pareto 80-20 rule, which a lot of you will be more familiar with. There's a few books on this. It's been spoken about in the self-improvement sector time and time again. So if we were to break this down, I've got a couple in red because I see them as instantly transferable funds. But I'm just going to break down the lists to begin with, okay? So the cardio kind of monthly outgoings, you've got £450 per month per child, right? And just quick disclaimer, I'm not saying to never have kids. In the future, I want kids, but I just think young men need to enjoy themselves at some point. I was speaking to Hamza yesterday, and I was saying that men went from being on like fucking pirate ships or Viking boats and sailing across or rowing across to another island, jumping off with axes, pillaging that town, fucking all the women, keeping a few of the beautiful ones for themselves, and then just, you know, getting drunk and just rampaging back to the hometown for a big party and a celebration. Look, I'm not obviously encouraging that lifestyle, but I'm just saying that we need to have some level of excitement and enjoyment in our lives. Like every man that I know who I respect says that if I don't go to the gym, I become angry. I become a horrible person to be around. If I'm not traveling, doing something good with my life, if I don't feel like the man, I become toxic. Like they just have this desire to just want to fight, fuck, travel, you know, just do exciting shit. And I think like kids are great and kids will be great in the future, but I just don't know why everyone's in such a rush. Like as a young man, you got high testosterone, enjoy it, tap into that natural masculine kind of feeling that you have, you know, when you're just young with no ties and you can just travel the world and you can fuck women from all different countries. Like enjoy yourself, guys, right? Drive fast cars. You don't have the responsibility of having to do the school run in like a soccer mum type of car. Like just fucking enjoy it, right? And to get back to the list, so I've explained that disclaimer now, there's £450 per month per child, and the average person has 2 children. Now, I know this isn't the 2,500 whatever figure that I said you guys earlier was the average. I've got it here, it's 2,528, I think, per month that the average family spends. But this is probably more of a realistic family once they're established, okay? And the problem with these average figures is I don't want you guys to be average, so I think you guys can earn a lot more than that, because the average person is a bum. That's taking into account a lot of, like, people who are on benefits, people who just don't earn much money at all. So with that being said, surely you guys rank yourselves much higher than that, and you would expect that your budget would be higher than that. Do you see what I'm saying? You're not on this channel because you're an average bum. You're on this channel because your mindset's different. So you've got the 2 kids the average person would have, you know, at this limit, at this level of life, £900 per month. And then the average normal rent or mortgage, the average person is about £1,000 per month. It's probably higher if you're somebody who actually, you know, values your life better, but £1,000 per month. Then you've got £450 per month alcohol and nights out, £100 per month on entertainment, you know, transport, restaurants, hotels, whatever, all the shit I showed you guys earlier. We've got £80 for pets, as I explained, £160 on furniture and house items, which is fucking nuts. You know, there's definitely a case for me explaining about minimalism in this video as well. And I will with the quote that you see in the bottom right. I'll reiterate that and go through it in a second. But all in total, this gives you $3,749 per month. And as I said, and we'll circle around to it in a minute, but as I said, it's very likely this is coming out of the man's bank account, the majority of it, okay? Because if a man buys a car, it's very likely that that car is going to be his car. Do you know what I mean? He can't exactly ask the woman to pay it, whatever. Like, that's his car in that house. If they have kids and whatever, like, or if they go on nights out, like, he's paying for that shit. The food shopping he might choose to pay for. If they go to a restaurant or a hotel, he might choose to pay for. You see what I mean, guys? If he's the highest earner, he might be spending more of that money. So here's my take on life. If you're going to be spending this money on all of that other stuff anyway, are you getting a good quality of life? Are you getting a decent bang for your buck, as I said earlier? Because I don't think you are. You know, I've said to you guys before, 3 out of 4 men are not happy in life. Well, it's probably due to what we see on the left. And that's not even half of it. There's so much more shit that goes on to that. But it's probably largely in part to the stuff that we see on the left that has 0 benefit to a man's life. Now, obviously, you could argue that kids are a fantastic benefit. They're great for you know, the family values, and once you've had kids, you love them, you'd never give them up. I get all that. I plan to do it in the future, but not yet. I've got my own boxes to tick. I want to enjoy myself. You know, the idea of just having one woman and one base is not there right now for me, okay? I'm a young 29-year-old man with energy. I've suffered early on in life. I finally put my shit in place. I want to enjoy stuff, okay? Now, in the future, I understand the progression bias. What you want right now isn't what you will always want in the future, okay? And understanding that is so important. I know once I get to my late 30s, early 40s, I'll probably want the family thing. I'll probably have some burning desire, like women do at like 28, 29, to go and do that thing. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. You know, all that shit. That might happen. But right now, I don't have that mindset. I feel young. I feel like I'm in my prime. I look better than ever. I'm in the best shape of my life. Everything's coming together. Money's good. It's like so many of you guys must be in that same situation. I've got more female attention than I've ever had in my life. It's never been easier. Me and Hamza were talking about this yesterday as well. And it's like, why the fuck would I now settle down? Makes no sense. It's like getting famous and getting married. Like, it just wouldn't make sense, right? So my deadlift approach to life, and I did some research on this, and I'll bring that up on screen as well, okay, guys? I tried to look at like a whole bunch of supercars, and I just want to explain to you guys that this is an extremity. Like, I'm not saying go and do this. As I said, this isn't financial advice, but this is an extreme version of what is potentially possible in life, okay? Now, you could scale this down. You don't have to do it to this level. But I was like, what is wildly out of reach for most men? What is wildly out of control and would really catch their fucking attention? And I was like, would a supercar be affordable for the average guy? Okay, and I looked into it, and I looked at Ferraris, Lambos, whatever, and I got to Mclaren, and they're surprisingly fucking cheap. Surprisingly fucking cheap. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like 100 grand to get one of these, okay, and it's one of the older models. But at the end of the day, guys, 1,000, and because I found a cheaper quote on this, and I'll bring up that quote as well because that's not what it says on the picture. But I got it down to like 1,700 per month for a McLaren 570S. that's a 100 grand car. That's fucking ridiculous. It's a second grand car, but you know, you get a cheap custom number plate. Who the fuck knows? It looks like a brand new car. You get it waxed on weekends. You're looking the bollocks, right? So that's 1,700 per month for that McLaren 570S. And now, you know, things like the car insurance on that, I thought it was going to be like tens of thousands. It's like £200 per month. I did a quote for myself. It was £200 per month. Right, that's absolute fucking peanuts. If we look across, that's restaurants and hotels. Okay, so you can, or furniture items or house items. So if you live minimalistically, you've now got your car insurance. And I think you guys are starting to get the idea here of what this video is about. And I'll repeat this throughout, so I'll say it now. We save where we should be spending, and we spend where we should be saving. Please just write that down, copy and paste that, print it off, fucking etch it into your foreheads. I don't care what you do. Just put that somewhere and remember it, okay, guys? Because I feel like I said earlier, a lot of the stuff that's in red is exchangeable. Like we got transport there, £354. You'd be paying that anyway. You're getting on a train, a bus, whatever it might be. You're paying for your kids to go to school in a taxi. I know parents that used to do that at my school. And that money can be put into, you know, something else, i.e. the supercar. That money is instantly transferable. Okay, so 1,700 per month from the McLaren. Now, I've chosen the 2-bedroom penthouse with the terrace rooftop that I was going to move into. Okay, I'll bring up another one on screen now. It's like 3,200, like that. That's like one that I've got my eye on, and I was going to move into this 1,000. It says 1,005. I got them down to 1,400. Okay, this is the thing. You can get deals on this shit too. So 1,400 per month. I was going to move into this penthouse. I decided against it literally 3-4 days before and took the £320 holding deposit on the chin. But it's because I wanted to put a vast majority of money back into products, back into the business. Because I figured you guys who have watched my stick or twist video, you will know that guys get to certain stages in life where you can either go, okay, I'm cashing in and this is great and this is the life I want. Or you can double down, reinvest and go again and make some more sacrifices. I just didn't feel like I was where I wanted to be yet. So I was like, okay, I think I could go a lot further than this. This isn't slowing down. I still have energy. I'm still young. I was like, why would I stop? So I went back in, okay? But this 2-bedroom penthouse with the terrace rooftop, I was going to make it look like this on the rooftop, okay? I'll bring up the pictures now. The thing is, there's better penthouses than this. There's a better lifestyle to be had than this. Of course there is. But for 1,400 per month, could you get much better life setup than that? And you guys who haven't watched my life setup videos, go and watch them, please. Because again, that's all about getting more bang for your buck, okay? And just making the best of what you have. Because there's plenty of houses that are shit for 1,400 per month. But are they 2-bedroom penthouses that are kind of, I mean, not open plan, but they have sizable space, you know, decent views. They have a rooftop terrace where you can like host guests and whatever. You can keep it minimal and lay it out in like a modern, stylish manner. You know, and you've got the opportunity to do this for less. So if we move on down, we've got £150 per month on utilities. Now the reason it's 150, not 200, like on the cardio one, the deadlift guy, because this is what men are good at, okay? You shower at the gym. Like little things like that. You just shower at the gym. You don't need the lights on all the time because you're not worried about getting robbed because you're a bloke, okay? It's just little shit like that. Like blokes are cheaper than women because we don't have to worry about 90% of the stuff that they worry about. They buy so much more things like skincare and makeup. They're probably spending like £300 a month alone. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. They buy so many clothes. We just buy like two, 3 items and we look the bollocks and we just go, okay, that'll do. There's like so much more that's cheaper for us. Like I said, car insurance, £200 per month. Can't believe I found that quote. 200 and do you know as well, guys? This is the thing. I can afford that lifestyle on the right hand side very comfortably. So I've been weighing it up. Now, when I saw that car insurance, I was like, fuck, I'm actually thinking about doing this. The penthouse for 3,000, I can get it for 3,000 per month. I contacted them. Plus like a McLaren or something like that. And plus being in great shape. It's like with money in the bank, with way more income than that coming in. reinvestment in products. You know, I'm back in stock with everything in the next couple of weeks. So I'm just like, do I roll the fucking dice? This is really like got into my brain and got me questioning it. But $250 for foods, and I think again a man's food will be lower because women will buy like excess stuff, or a family will buy excess stuff. Like, for example, you can get a 2 kilogram bag of rice, a 5 kilogram bag of fucking oats, and you know, maybe like 20 chicken pieces for probably the same price that you can get like packet of crisps, like one of those 24 pack for kids, like 2 packets of chocolate bars, and a toy for the child. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so cheap. Like, when people say, how do I bulk on a budget? It's like, it's so cheap if you buy the right stuff. You can get like rice in bulk. You can get oats in bulk. You can get like packs of chicken in like giant. If you go to these places where they do like, they kind of do them in like macro sizes, like bulk houses, whatever. You can go to these places and just get like a pack of 50 frozen chickens, whatever, and just shove them in the freezer. Like, this is how men live, okay? We can live a lot cheaper. We don't need Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and this is why our bills are cheaper, and we can actually do more with it on the other side. And then finally, like 50 quid for a gym membership. Most people's are cheaper, but I'm just going middle of the road, so it includes everybody. Now, look at those prices, guys. 3,750, 3,749. There's a £1 difference, which you could shave off with the food, whatever, like gym membership, whatever. Like, you can find that somewhere. So for the same price, you can live a 10 times better lifestyle. And this is the point that everybody is missing. And it comes down to, we save where we should be spending, and we spend where we should be saving. Why is nobody understanding this? Okay, like the person on the left, they're scrimping on the house bills. Like, people go, I'm going to have a shittier car and a shittier house, and we're going to take shittier holidays just so our kids can go to private school, or just so we can afford that massive television that the kids want on finance, or just so we can have 3 dogs, or just so we can stack the house with furniture that we can't afford, but we got to get it all on finance or whatever. Or just so I can get to work using the train and I'm going to go first class for the whole year because I like my comfort. It's like all these things that we're spending on, there is zero benefit to the man's life. And this isn't an anti-woman, anti-kids video, but they kind of do fuck up our lives, okay? And they provide many benefits too, but they do, like, in order for kids and the wife, the woman, whoever it might be, to thrive, the man almost needs to suffer. It's very strange, but he needs to sacrifice what he enjoys. He can't go down the pub with the boys, which, you know, I don't want to really do that anyway. But a lot of guys kind of do that as entertainment. Some guys go bowling, some guys go to the gym and they have to stop because the kids and the missus want to be picked up from somewhere, okay? He has to sell his 2-seater sports car because you can't fit 3 kids in there. So he has to go and buy like a soccer mum type of car just to fit everybody in. He has to sell his baller penthouse with the balcony, and he has to move into like a proper house because it's dangerous for the kids. See what I mean, guys? It's all necessary, and I'm completely in compliance with it. I absolutely agree. But it's just a kick in the bollocks, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's necessary at that time in your life, but it's unnecessary as a young man. Like, it doesn't have to be done. You don't have to you don't have to nail yourself down with those bills, with those ties, with that responsibility, if you would, okay? Like, it just fucks up your own life. And as I said earlier, you can do this at some point in your life. You can do it later on down the line. But it doesn't have to be done young. You don't have a responsibility to get a woman, get her pregnant, take care of the kids, be a good man, be a good husband, be a good dad. Like, you don't have to do any of this shit. Okay, and my point is, if you're going to be spending all this money regardless on the left-hand side on shit that doesn't benefit your life that you didn't want to do anyway, i.e. pets, furniture, you know, non-alcoholic drinks, like, oh, it'd be nice to get these fizzy drinks, babe, they'd be good for the... Do you know what I mean? Girls do all this shit. Oh, why don't we get some plants, put them in the corner? Oh, I think we need new blinds. It's like, we don't, they're fine. Do you know what? We're on the 50th floor. We don't even need blinds. Oh, yeah, we do. Like, it's fucking insane, right? Like, we're not even a sun-facing side of the building. Oh, yeah, but we need blinds just because I like them. They'll look good, right? You get shit like this with women. Entertainment, 100 quid. Most guys would be happy in terms of entertainment with just having probably just Netflix and sex. Do you know what I mean? Or just having like Xbox Live, which is another like silly cost. Like, well, all these things add up, but a lot of guys would be happy just having Xbox Live and just chopping off, what would it be, like 96, 95 pounds every single month on entertainment. Like, they'd be much happier with that, and then putting that money elsewhere. And the point of this whole video is proper allocation of funds. Remember in Wolf of Wall Street when Leonardo DiCaprio's like, their money's better with me because I know how to spend it. They don't know how to spend it, that sort of thing. Well, that's how I see the average person. They're saving where they should be spending, and they spend where they should be saving. You know, if you're living in a house that's £1,000 per month and it looks like everyone else's house and it's a bit of a shithole, well, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, that's your house. That's one of like you're spending more time in that place than anywhere else. Okay, if your car is absolutely dog shit, but your kids are in private school, well, that's a bit of a fuck you, isn't it? You're sacrificing your own life for them. That can all come in the future when you've got a ton of money, but that's a massive fuck you. Alcohol and stuff like that. It's like, you don't need that. Why are you spending £450 per month on alcohol and nights out? Like, just spend it somewhere better. Go to the gym. It's far cheaper. There we go. You've just saved £400 per month. Well, where can that £400 go that's going to give you a better bang for your buck? See what I mean, guys? £100 entertainment. Drop that down to a tenner. Just get Netflix. Chop off all the rest, the sports packages and all that other shit. Chop them all off. Where can you now apply that money? Because that entertainment budget of £100, that isn't getting you any pussy, you fucking idiot. That isn't getting you a better life. That isn't getting you a nicer car. It isn't improving your quality of life. You're not flying to the fucking Bahamas with straight tens. Do you see what I mean? That entertainment budget has zero value to your life. That alcohol and night out budget, zero value to your life. Those kids, if you're not ready for them, will fuck up your life. They will fuck you up financially. They will add massive value in terms of love and whatever, and being a good dad and all the other shit. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to, look at all that deeply. But, I'll obviously have more benefits when I'm older, and that will come with the channel too. That will come with time. But right now, I just see kids as zero benefit to my life. It's selfish, and I fucking love it, and that's the way you guys should think. The house that's £1,000 per month, it might be a shithole. And it's actually negatively impacting your life. Do you see what I mean, guys? There's zero life setup. Going to hotels. Why? If you had a really good place, you wouldn't need to. If you've got £80 of pets, those pets are killing you because you can't go anywhere. You've always got to be back for them. You've got to walk them twice per day. You're cleaning up some little animal's shit in your own house. Like, that's fucking disrespectful. I hate that shit. Like, what? That animal's a fucking king. What is this? Egypt with the cats? Do you know what I mean? I find that wildly disrespectful. And you're spending all this money on furniture, and it's like in Fight Club with Brad Pitt said, the things we own end up owning us. Well, that's what's going on here. Like, why would you not live minimalistically? I was going to move into that penthouse, $1,400 per month. I was going to have fuck all in there. I was going to design the terrace rooftop. I was going to have, the basics, like towels, couple of cups, whatever, like 2 cups, 2 knives, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 2 plates. Why would I need more? If people start coming over, yeah, whatever. I'll buy a few things. I'll keep them in a separate cupboard. I'm not going to ever get them out. Because if I keep getting them out, I have to wash them, use them. It'll pile up. It's going to mess up my time, okay? I didn't want that shit. And it makes the cleaning. It takes longer. You probably have to hire a cleaner, which is more money going out the window. Whereas if you have less stuff and you just have it minimalistic and it's just clean and it's presentable, like it's just adding so much more value to your house and your life, it's freeing up time, and you're not spending £160 per month replacing broken items or adding, oh, that corner over there is a little bit empty. Why don't we put a cabinet in there so that we can put some stuff on top? Oh, and then I'll buy some books. So that it's like you're literally buying a cabinet and then buying shit. Or put it this way, you're literally buying a cabinet to fill a space in your house, which is taking up clutter, to then go and buy other stuff to put in that cabinet, to put on top of that cabinet, to fill the cabinet that was used to fill the space. It's like you're literally spending money because you're bored. Okay? When I used to live with my ex-missus, every single month, I love that woman to pieces, she's great. I've got nothing bad in that sense to say about her. And this, like I said, I don't want to shit on women, it's not that type of channel. But every single month, she used to have like 20 Amazon packages arriving. It would just be garbage. It would be like, here's a new ball for the dog. Here's a new pair of socks for the dog. Do you know what I mean? When the dog's cold out on a walk, it would just be like, here's a jacket for the dog. Here's a lamp. I was like, why do we need that? Oh, just go bedside table. We're going to get one of those too. Well, okay, why do we need that? in case we ever want to just, turn the lights off at night and just put a little side lamp on and just read a book or just sit there and cuddle and talk. This is what women do, guys. They literally just spend money on shit. And I can see a lot of men falling into this pattern now where they're just spending money on shit that they don't need, which is negatively impacting their funds because, as I said, and I'll say it again, we save where we should be spending and we spend where we should be saving. It is better to take the male approach with this, as in the deadlift approach, where, think about men shopping, okay? Women go shopping, they go and buy 50 items, and they're all pocket items. They're like bargain items. They go and buy, oh, that top's nice, £8, lovely. Oh, these little dolly shoes are £5. Oh, they'll be nice. They'll go with my top. Oh, that little skirt's £12. What a bargain. Oh, you can get 2 for 15. Oh, I'll do that. This is what they do. And then they go and buy the accessories and all the other little shit, and they get 50 items in one go, and they come back with all this stuff just in case they ever go to this event, or just in case it's a sunny day and they want to wear something like this and they're in this environment. Like they cover all bases, right? With a man, we go, I need a leather jacket for summer so I can look like a baller when I go out at night. Okay, that one's £350 and it makes me look sick. I'm going to get laid in that jacket. Here we go, £350, bang. And we just put all our money down on one fucking thing. This is the approach I want you guys to take to life. This is exactly what's happening here. All that shit on the left, especially the stuff in red, can be instantly transferable to the stuff on the right. You're paying £1,000 per month anyway. Why not make it 1,400 and go for the 2-bedroom penthouse with a terrace rooftop? I'm just using that one as an example because it's a very cheap penthouse with great life setup that I found. I couldn't be bothered to look around and find others. But if that money's been invested anyway, well, you might as well then transfer that money into a better place. It's a little bit more, and go and find that money elsewhere. Quit smoking, quit alcohol, don't get a pet. Okay, there we go. You've probably found that money. Bang, done. Okay, now you can afford to live in that place. Okay, £354 per month on transport. If you can find a way to make that money residual and stay at home and work from home like I do, you now don't need a transport budget. If you're not picking up the kids or the missus or whatever, you don't even really have to use that car till weekends. If you live near a, or you can get your food delivered. Do you know what I mean? Get it delivered to your house. Like, it's not even necessary in this era to have like a giant boot space and stuff like that, and to drive out in the week. You can be like a weekend millionaire and just kind of like save in the week and just really have a great life setup. Well, that 354 now goes into that Mclaren 570S. Okay, if you're not having 2 kids, well, that's 900 towards it. You just go minimal on the furniture and you're not replacing stuff. Your utilities come down because you're showering at the gym by 50 quid. You now have a Mclaren and a 2-bedroom penthouse with a terrace rooftop for the same price, and your life hasn't really changed. You've just removed stuff that you didn't need. I will repeat again. We save where we should be spending and we spend where we should be saving. Okay, you get much more bang for your buck in the deadlift approach, going for the $1,700 per month McLaren 570S and the $1,400 per month 2-bedroom penthouse with a terrace rooftop. You get much more of a quality life, much better life setup, much more bang for your buck than you would going, okay, I'm going to have 2 kids, I'm going to get a normal house, and I'm going to get a mortgage on it. I'm going to have nights out every single weekend. I'm going to spend £100 on entertainment because I get bored. I'm going to spend $354 on transport. I'm going to go out to restaurants and hotels all the time and take trips. I'm going to, do an unnecessary food shop with a ton of non-alcoholic drinks just for enjoyment purposes. I'm going to buy all the most expensive brands. My toilet paper is even going to be like £4 per roll. Just stupid shit where they should be saving in these areas. I'm going to buy as much furniture as I can. I'm going to take loads of it out on finance. I'm going to, just to make sure the missus is happy so they've got somewhere to be. I need beds for the kids. Fuck, it's all adding up. I'm going to have to, pay about £160 per month on finance here to pay for all this stuff because I've got no money left because I had 2 kids that I can't afford. And I'm trying to keep up with appearances, and my utilities are up all the time because I've got 2 daughters and all they ever do is run baths, and my missus is always in the bath and they're always showering, and, they've always got to shave their fucking legs and all this shit. And they've always got the lights on, and my daughter's phone bills are always way higher than they should be, and I'm having to compensate for those. Do you see what I mean, guys? Like, you can literally live the sickest life going on the right-hand side for the exact same price. Yeah, you can do all the other shit on the left in the future. That's fine. Do it. But at the start, it's just so unnecessary, okay? And one way that I've described it on here, guys, is as big hitters, okay? I said remove all of the garbage, all of the shit. So I've written down, like, TV license. Why do you need that? I've written down Netflix, Prime, Spotify, cigarettes, alcohol, club entry fees, gaming memberships, sports and TV packages, holidays. Like, holidays are great. You don't necessarily need them early on, right? Especially the shit holidays most people take. You've got kids, you've got pets. If you take a minimalist approach, so you don't need replacements all the time, because the more shit you have, the more you need to replace. So like light bulbs, the more lamps and stuff you have, the more light bulbs you have to replace. Like washing tablets, okay? Like the less clothes you have, the less you're going to have to do that. And stuff, you know, if you've got all this shit and just endless amounts of towels, you're having to do this shit all the time. You know, whereas you could just go to a laundrette and they pretty much provide all this stuff anyway. You're going to hotels all the time, travel, house repairs. Like, if you just remove all of this stuff that you don't really need, okay, then you just, like, it's a better approach to just go for the one or two big hitters, because they just have a vast impact on your life. They just make it so much better. And I just don't think, you know, let's use quality of life, social prowess, so like how men look at you and respect and whatever, like your social life, and let's look at women as a holistic picture here. The guy on the left there is a loser, absolute loser. Like, he could be a handsome guy in great shape and it's like, oh, he's such a great dad, whatever. The guy on the right looks like a fucking millionaire, and you can do that on a tiny budget. Okay, you can do that on a real tiny budget. And now here's the kicker. Okay, guys, here's the most important thing on this list. And I'm making sure I've not missed anything, okay? I'll go back through some things in a minute as well, and I'll show you how to do this. Like I said, I'm not encouraging you to do this, but I will show you how to do this, because I think it'd be fun if somebody ends up doing this on a real small budget, and they'll be able to do it with this now, what I'm going to tell you. But if you end up doing this, fuck me, you're going to have my respect forever, okay? And I will come to your house and I will film with you, and I'll share everything on the channel, because fair play, like that takes some balls. That's really impressive, and I just think that's how more people should be living. I just lost my sheet here. Oh, here it is. Now, here's one thing that is going to make this life possibly achievable, okay? Okay, guys, like, I'm not telling you to be gay. All right, I'm not telling you to be gay. If you are gay, then fair enough. You're already there, and you know about something that a lot of straight men don't know about. That gay men tend to have more money than everybody else, like gay couples, because it's two men, and men earn more money than women. I'm not here to debate why men earn more money than women, but it's a different type of video, okay? I don't want to get into that on this video. But gay men tend to be the wealthiest households, because number one, they don't have kids. Well, it's going to change in the future, but, you know, so far, according to figures, because they don't have kids, and number two, because men earn more. Okay, there's major benefits of two men living together. Now, like I said, I'm not telling you to be gay, but you could do this with your boy, okay, like your best mate. If there's you and your mate, and you're just talking, you're watching my videos, and you're like, we want a sick life, we want a much better life, I don't really want to go down that route on the left, the cardio approach to life. Well, guess what? If you two want that shit on the right-hand side, that $3,750 per month, that gets halved. And you know, I said to you guys earlier, if the woman gets pregnant, you're very much likely paying for all of this shit. You're probably going to see like 5, 6, 7, 8 years of your life paying $3,749 per month and having no enjoyment for yourself and having to sacrifice your own shit so that they can have a better life. Well, your boy ain't going to ask for that. Your boy's going to want the same. This is the benefits, okay? He's going to want the same things that you want. So you're going to be able to go halves on everything. Remember I said to you guys earlier, women probably will pay 50-50. It'll probably be halves with your missus, whatever, when you first move in. When it comes to kids and whatever, and she's not earning, it might be you. But when it comes to stuff like, if you said to your missus, I want a Mclaren 570S, or even just a car, like I said earlier, if you've got a car as a man, you're probably paying all the bills on that. But if you went to your missus and you said, I want a McLaren 570S, she'd be like, you're fucking crazy, get out of here, I'm not paying halves towards that. If you said to your boy, $1,700 per month, okay, we go halves on this, which is, you know, what is it, like $850 each per month? If you said, okay, we'll go halves on this and we'll sacrifice in other areas, watch Chris's video, what do you think? And he's like, you know, we could ride around in this car on weekends, we're going to look fucking good. When we've got dates, I can take the car when I'm dating a girl, you can take the car when you're dating a girl, we live at the same place, she's not going to know whose car it is. Fuck, yeah, this is going to have a serious bang for the buck, do you know what I mean? Like, this is quite a powerful approach. I imagine your boy is going to sit there and go, I'm in, let's do this. So now suddenly that 3,750 that was the same price as that other life on the left-hand side, it gets halved. It's half now, guys. Now, quick maths, I don't know what it is. It's like, what, like 1,850 each? 1,9, yeah, about 1,850 each. Something around about that limit. That's not a lot. That's about the average person's singular bills in the country. Okay, it's around about that. I know mine in London were about 1,819 per month with everything all in. And I didn't have a fucking good life. It wasn't bad, do you know what I mean? I had my dog and I had my missus and it was good fun and we enjoyed our time. But it wasn't a Mclaren and a 2-bedroom penthouse with a terrace rooftop. You know, having beautiful women coming around every single night, enjoying myself, hosting get-togethers and parties on my rooftop. It wasn't that kind of shit. Okay, and I'm not saying that this is the end all and be all. I'm not saying that baller lifestyle and parties and women and cars and whatever. I'm not saying like you might have a different approach to it. I am just laying out the extremities so that you can see this at an elite level, you know, the highest possible level. Because if you saw somebody with a penthouse and a McLaren, you'd go, he's a millionaire, right? You would. If you saw a McLaren, you're like, that guy's rich. There's no other way to afford it. How can you fake that? I'm just showing you there, it's absolutely doable. Okay, guys? And the other thing is as well, like I was going to explain to you how you can actually do this. You're renting that property, okay? And with the McLaren, it's PCP, which means that once you're done with it, you just hand it back. Okay, it's not going to cripple you financially. So I know I'm going to get people piping up in these comments. Chris, this is stupid, you should get a mortgage, and like, I promise you, mortgages, whatever, that whole route, whatnot, it doesn't make you wealthy. Like, when I say to people rent, when I say to people, you know, keep your bills low and keep your lump sums in your back pocket, this is what I'm talking about, okay? This is obviously an extreme version of spending a lot of money and whatever, and so I'm just showing you what is possible to change your mindset and change your status quo. If you're going to be spending that money on shit anyway, I'm talking like the Netflixes, the transport, the pets, the furniture, all the stuff that absolutely adds no fucking value to your life. If you're going to spend it anyway and you're going to be a simp for the rest of your life, you might as well fucking do it on the other side of the coin for the exact same price and then move in with your boy, 2-bedroom penthouse, and half that, and actually have more money available. Do you see what I fucking mean? So these people that are like, oh, you put it into you invest that into a property, and in 10 years' time, you'll have loads of money. In 10 years' time, if that property goes up by 50,000, divide that by 10, it's 5,000 per year. Take away the tax, capital gains, whatever. You're looking at like 3,500 per year that you've earned off that property. That's shit. I'm sorry, I'm not in the game of 3,750 profit per year. That's not where my mind's at. My mind's more in the 300, 400,000 per year profit. That's where I like to put all my fucking time and attention, okay? And look, I'm not saying this is a strategy to get rich. I'm not saying this is like you do these things and you'll become successful or whatever. I'm just saying if you're not the most ambitious person in the world, if you don't have a business idea, if you don't know what the fuck you want to do with your life and you're like, I just kind of want to enjoy myself, but I don't really have the money to do it. You kind of do. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to spend this money on transport and alcohol and nights out and entertainment and 2 kids and a mortgage and marriage and all this other bollocks, on the other side, if you save where you should be spending, you know, let's say it again, we save where we should be spending and we spend where we should be saving. If you start saving in the correct areas and invest your money for the big hitters, the deadlifting approach, those big hitters will reward you 10x. They give you such more of an impact. You see what I mean, guys? Like, it's a different way to think about life. And I'm not saying to go and do this. But fuck. Like, look at those 2 charts. Who would rather the one on the left? Do you know what I mean, guys? That one on the right, if you can get in great fucking shape, make yourself look good, get your body fat down, natural diuretics, get a bit of a tan, some nice clothes, I just don't really see, you know, what more you would want as a young man. And like I said earlier, it's all PCP on the car. The rent, you can end the tenancy like a month out, whatever. You can end it like whenever you want, as long as you give a month's warning. At the end of the day, guys, you're fucking all paid up on that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no danger there. There's more danger with the mortgage, because if interest rates go up and you lose your job, you're financially fucked. What are you going to do? I'll just sell the kids. I'll just put the kids back in my missus's vagina. I'll just send them back. You can't do it. Whereas that lifestyle on the right is far less risky. Yeah, the prices are more expensive on 1 or 2 items. You know, so it looks a little bit scarier. Fuck me, 1,700 per month on a car. Fuck me, 1,400 per month on a house. You go, yeah, but you guys are spending that anyway, just on a lot of little things, so they don't look as scary. See what I mean, guys? Like, you're spending £450 per month on alcohol and nights out, and another £100 per month on cigarettes. Guess what, dipshit? I don't smoke or drink. I'm not going to the fucking same clubs as you, paying like £100 entry every single month, like some dickhead. I don't have to buy as many clothes as you because I'm not trying to dress up for these nights out and whatnot. I'm not throwing up on my clothes and having to replace them. Like, I work from home, so I haven't got that transport cost. Oh, you're going to a hotel with your girlfriend. How cute. How much did that cost? £300 for the weekend. Oh, aren't you sweet? Yeah, well, I'll be sat in my fucking Mclaren 570S. I'll be sat on the rooftop of my penthouse. It's the same fucking cost. But it's just because it's a big fee, people get bewildered about it. But I'm telling you, allocation of funds can give you an amazing fucking life setup. The dream life that you've always chased. Right now, if there's 2 or 3 of you boys watching this, and you are like best fucking mates, and you would love to live together, go to university or something and come out and get amazing jobs. Or go and get an apprenticeship and work your way up in the company and try and get to a salary of like £4,000 per month each. Okay, it's not hard to do. Like, just go and get jobs in finance, get £4,000 per month each. Now you're bringing in like £12,000 per month. Set up like a sidemen house. You know, like the YouTubers and these TikTok houses. What's to stop people doing that? And that guy's video on TikTok that I spoke about earlier to come full circle, when he says, all of my family, we all live in houses that are worth like 2 million. If we all lived together, imagine, or like our net worth collectively is like 2 million. If we all lived in the same house, imagine what sort of place it could be, right? And the greatest kind of mishap, if you would, or misleading trait in this generation is that we live on our own. Like, we've gone from the tribe mentality of all chipping in together and families living together, or at least, like, let's say a group of people living together, to them being like, I've got my own house, he's got his own house, he's got his own house, like my brother's got his own house. It's like, if you just combined funds, you're all living together in the same place. Do you see what I mean? Like, if you've got a brother and you live at the same house, why do you need separate cars? As long as it's a 2-seater, you can both sit in it. If he's got a date, he's taking the car. If you've got a date, you're taking the car. You can go. Do you see what I mean, guys? Like, you can drive out together on like a Sunday, just go for a nice drive, or drive out on a Saturday, park up outside a bar, go and like sit and just have like non-alcoholic drinks or 1 glass of wine or 1 beer or whatever. You could drive back, okay? Or one of you has a quick beer, the other one has a non-alcoholic drink, or just pull up outside a restaurant, have some food, and shoot off again. You know, it's pretty easy to do. You could, like, with your online duality and your social media, you could look like fucking multi-millionaires, but you're paying halves for all this stuff. You end up living cheaper than a guy who's got 2 kids, a normal mortgage, normal life, goes to a job, pays for all the normal stuff, has a dog, has a shit quality of life, and your quality of life is through the fucking roof, and you're balling out of control. You're balling on a budget. That's what this whole video is about, okay? Now, if there's 2 or 3 of you now, and you're making like £4,000 per month, and you're thinking, right, we've got 12 grand to play with, you can move into that £3,000 per month place that I showed you guys. Like I said, I got it down to 3 grand when I was talking to them, so they said that that would be an option. £3,000 per month. You guys can do that easy. That's £1,000 each. You know, extra bills, whatever, all the other shit that you have, and then you all chip in on that Mclaren car. Your bills might be £2,000 a month. It's like cheaper than the average fucking man's is. The average man is probably paying that just from having 1 child and a dog, and a missus and a mortgage and whatever, and he's hemorrhaged up to the eyeballs on loans because he's buying sofas, and he's taking out a 30 grand loan to get married and whatever, which for some reason loan companies are happy to give you. But if you want to start a business, they're like, well, it's a bit of a risk. So what the fuck you on about a risk? Well, we could get the rings back off you for, like, it's absolutely mental to me. But it's almost like the world is encouraging people to fuck up. That's the way I see it. I think the world is set up in such a way that encourages men to fuck up. Go and live on your own. Move in with the woman who you're going to have to look after, and the kids who you're going to have to look after. Okay, you're going to have to sacrifice your own life. Go and take loans out for all these things. Okay, go and get married. We'll let you borrow money for that. You know, go and take a 30 grand loan out for go and take like a 5 grand loan out to take the kids on holiday. They let you do shit like that. It's fucking mental. But as soon as you say I want to take a loan out to invest in Ethereum, they'd be like, nope, putting a stop on that. It's a weird world, guys. And I'm just saying, you cannot argue with those figures. It's not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go and do that. I'm not doing it myself. That tells you something, okay? I'm fucking tempted after seeing the numbers. I'll be honest with you. When I saw that car insurance, I was like, fuck me, I could actually do this. Like, I could get that £3,000 per month place and a Mclaren and just like have the time of my life, like go ready for my male advantage. You know, if you handle it all on monthly bills and just keep all the lump sums and whatever and keep like hundreds of thousands in the account for opportunities and reinvestment, it's like, it's all affordable. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't do this. So I'm seriously considering it. But if I'm not doing it right now, you know, it would be hypocritical for me to tell you guys to do it, but it should definitely change the way you're thinking, guys. Like, you don't have to do it on that level of extreme. That's what I said. This is an extremity. This is the highest level version that you can get to. Like, well, it's not the highest level, but it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous level. You can scale that back a little bit. And it just goes to show, if you don't get all the other crap that you don't actually need early on, and I'm including kids in that, because you don't need that crap early on. Kids are beautiful. I'm looking forward to it in the future. I love it when other people have got kids. I enjoy it. I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm selfish. I want to enjoy my life a little bit more. I want to have years for me. I'm on this planet too. I'm not here. I don't exist to provide for them, because they'll just do the same for their kids and their kids and their kids. It's the video I made on game changers or breeders. I'm a game changer. I want to change the game for my family in the future. I'm not just a breeder that goes, okay, I've got a job, let's have kids, and then I want a better life for them. And then you say, I'm going to give a better life to them, and then they have kids and go, I want to give a better life to my kids. And you're like, the fuck did I sacrifice my life for yours for? Because I've just sacrificed my life here, it looks, for your kids. And then your kids are going to do the same. And it's going to be so far detached until somebody actually comes along that is a game changer. It's like, what the fuck did I give up my life for? I gave up all my best years, my money, my enjoyment, so that you could have a better life, so that you could just be an average fucking bum, which most people are. I'm sorry to tell you this, your kids will probably be average Joes. They'll probably be average bums. Average jobs, average misses, average whatever. Most people are. Most people got no ambition. So you're sacrificing your life, your time, your money just for another fucking moron to walk on this planet. See what I mean, guys? So if you're not doing it for your own benefit, there's almost no reason to do it. But if you are like 3 guys right now, 2-3 guys, and you've got you both earn decent wages, there's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity to move into a baller place and minimize your bills, okay? It's almost like a uni lifestyle, but a higher fucking adult version of that. It's possible, it's on the cards, and it would end up being cheaper than the kids, the marriage, the mortgage, the traditional lifestyle, with all the excess shit, with the fucking scented candles and all the bollocks that comes with it. It's significantly cheaper. It's just something to consider, okay, guys? And not only that, right, but I've often wondered, right, if somebody said to me, would you want to live with a beautiful woman? My answer is yeah. Not right now, I think, until, you know, there's kids on the cards, or there's not marriage, but until you're, like, if you're looking to get married, then yeah, like move in at that point. But until there's kids on the cards, I don't really see the point of living with a woman ever again. I've done it. I just don't think there's any benefit to it. I think it negatively impacts your relationship because too much time in each other's faces, doing all the shitty stuff like taking the bins out, cleaning the house, like all the enjoyment goes. Whereas if you live separate, you end up meeting up for all the cool shit. But if somebody said to me, you can live with this beautiful woman, but you can't have sex, I would go, oh, I don't want to live with her anymore. Okay, it's like the best main part's been taken away. I don't have permanent access to this woman, this beautiful woman who lives in my house, and we have sex all the time. She dresses up just for me. It's nice. I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy her company too and all this other stuff. But the main benefit here is probably the sex. On demand, in the house, anytime you want. Wake up in the middle of the night, away you go. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and she's yours. She's there with you. You take that sex away and you're almost like, I don't know what she really provides. Like great conversations, where like all the other stuff can be replicated by a bloke. And like I said, I'm not telling you to be gay because I know what's coming in the comments. But at the same time, the man earns more. Okay, you can have a good chat with the bloke. You probably got more in common. You can go halves on various fucking things that he also wants. Okay, if somebody breaks into the house, you've got double the security. You won't need half the shit. Like I said, guys don't need to be like, oh, can you put the lights on? It's scary. Do you know what I mean? There's just like less hassle. He's going to be a lot more self-independent. He might have the skills like a mechanic, so he can repair that car. He might have the skills in the house. Oh, the boiler's broke. He knows how to fix it. He's got experience in that. He's a handyman. He just fixes stuff around the house, saves you a ton of money. There's actually like a million more benefits to actually living with one of your mates if they've got that skill set in place than living with a woman if sex is taken off the cards. And what I mean by sex taken off the cards is if you're doing my approach, which is like the 3-month dating thing, so it's not just short-term one-night stands and it's not long-term relationships. I just quite like the approach of you date a woman for like 2-3 months, you really enjoy her, you get the most out of that experience, and then she starts to ask for relationships. She starts to change, okay? She dresses down a little bit more. You get all the negatives that you get in a relationship. Just cut it off, move on. You know, you got girls on rotation. You bring the next one in, whatever. It's fun doing that. Like celebrities do it. High-level guys do it all the time. They just kind of hang out with one girl for like 2-3 months. She's almost like girlfriend for a period of time. And then they just move on and they go on to the next one, whatever, when they're bored. If you're kind of doing that approach, she doesn't need to live with you. Well, you might as well move one of your guy mates in. Because he's just going to have so much more benefits. He's going to be bringing in more money. He's going to be less hassle. He's going to want less stuff. He's going to want the same things that you want. You see what I mean, guys? There's like 1,000,001 more benefits. It just saves you on bills and all this other stuff. So in my opinion, the way that we live life right now is completely wrong. Like meeting a woman, moving into a property that you've settled on, okay? And you're like, oh, this will do because we just want to raise a family. It's like, that's not you speaking. I don't want the penthouse with the balcony and the beautiful women around every weekend. That's not you speaking. I want the one with the garden for the kids because it's safer. It's off the road. It's like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're bored shitless. You're masturbating every night. Don't give me that shit, okay? Because I'm honest. I'm always truthful. I just tell it as it is. Pretty much 99.9% of men that I know that are in relationships right now with kids, whatever, are unhappy as fuck. They would love to go back and change it. They would love to go back and be like, let's just delay this for 5-10 years. Let me make some different decisions. I love my kids, but fuck. I've not got any time, any money, whatever. Like, I wouldn't swap my kid for the world, but fuck me, this is draining me. Okay? And they would swap that lifestyle in a heartbeat. So don't give me all this bollocks in the comments about, oh, but you're not a good person and you won't get into the house of God when you... I don't give two fucks, okay? I could not care less. I just say things as they are and I lay it out as it should be. So, like as I said earlier, guys, as well, just one last thing on here. The average bills is like $2,528 per month. If you and your boy are going halves on this, you're actually spending a little bit less than the average person every single month. So halves on that lifestyle that I brought up on screen is less than the average person is spending. And it's likely the guy's spending all of that on his own. Like that's the average family, household, whatever. But like I said, as soon as you get that woman pregnant and she's out of work, like most women, if they don't have a lot of savings, maybe like $2,000 in the bank, that's going to go pretty quickly. You're funding everything. These other 2 guys that are living together, or 3 guys that are living together, okay, their bills are lower than yours, and they've got a Mclaren, a penthouse, a great life. They're having parties all the time. They're having get-togethers. All the boys, their mates, want to come round and party, want to come round and just sit, like just be there. The house is just a great environment. Women are gravitating towards it because the life setup is cool, and they're like, this is fun, this is enjoyable, it's better than my life. Oh, he's got money. He clearly does. Look at his lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? And it's not necessarily fake because you're still paying the bills that are required, but it's just like a smarter way of doing it. Okay, now you can even do this on your own. Like I said, it's the same price. The deadlift approach is the same price as the cardio one. But if you do it with your boys, you actually live a cheaper lifestyle for better. It's just food for thought, guys. You can do this a different way. You don't even have to do the car thing. You can downgrade the car. You can still have a fucking amazing one. But what I'm saying, guys, is, you know, your thing might be a holiday home. Okay? Your thing might be just going out more often, just going to restaurants. Like I said on the life setup thing, like on the first part of this, balling on a budget, like living abroad in the sun, just having a better quality of life. Like it doesn't matter what it is. But that shit on the left, that cardio monthly outgoings, I know it sounds weird, but that's not it. I'm looking at all of that. There's a lot of wasted money, and I'll say it again to end the video, guys. Write this down if you haven't already, and live with this theory. We save where we should be spending, and we spend where we should be saving. Where the most of our money should be going, we're putting that into dogs. We're putting that into cats. We're putting that into fucking staying at a staying at a hotel with our missus for Valentine's Day. Oh, that's so cute. He's such a good boyfriend. I love him so much. I could slap that motherfucker. £200-300 going out the door. You could spend that on something so much better. Oh, it's her birthday next week. I spent £400 on it. You're a dickhead. You're a fucking moron. There's not a lot of benefit in that. You see what I mean, guys? People say, oh, you're materialistic, you're this, you're whatever. I'm not, because a lot of the stuff on here, like £160 on furniture and the house items and all the other bollocks that people are doing to keep up appearances and make it seem like they're balling out of control, it's just wasted cash. Whereas because I've got 2 things on there that are expensive, but I'm saving in all the other areas, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I'm not going on these stupid nights out and paying for like £50 for a club entry fee and stuff like that, all this other bollocks. I'm not spending on, like my food shopping will be cheaper than the average person's, even though I eat more than them, because I'm actually making smart purchases. You can be minimalistic in the correct areas, and then you can be materialistic in the areas that are going to give you the most bang for your buck, okay, guys? I'm very, very tempted. I've got just a quick update because it's going to link into it. My men's lifestyle supplements are back in stock should be 2 weeks from today's date. My natural diuretic supplements, which make your face lean, they're going to be in stock for the first time ever in about 7 weeks. I'm really looking forward to them. And my men's extra length boxers for guys with bigger legs, which I'm going to be, I'm going to have a sample in 2 weeks and I'm going to be releasing them in 5. Okay, so they're going to be ready very soon. So all of this is coming out, plus everything else that I'm doing already, plus the money that I have in reserve from all the crypto stuff and my 9-to-5 job from years ago. I'm in a great position to be able to do this. I'm very tempted to do a life setup video or like a balling on a budget video and show you guys what is possible if you just don't take that traditional 2 kids with a mortgage and get married and, go to DFS furniture store on a Saturday and spend £200 on cabinets and shit that you don't fucking need. We got to get home and walk the dog. It's like, men, your life isn't your life anymore. If you can just grab, seriously, like I say, I can do this on my own, but if you're in a position where you just go and grab 1 or 2 of your boys and you feed this concept to them, and you think, okay, £3,000 a month for a penthouse, £500, £600, £700, £800 per month each on that car. It's like, on that car, it's about £550 each per month. Plus, on that penthouse, like, guys, in total, it's so cheap. With all those bills, you're looking at with all your bills individually as well, you might be looking at £1,300 per month bills. That's like a quarter of what the other guy's spending on the traditional lifestyle. Or even the other one. What was the other total? It was like 2,500 and whatever. That's cheaper by £1,000 than the average family is spending. So the average family is spending £1,000 more than you every single month. But you've got a 3-bedroom penthouse, the really baller one that I showed you. And you're driving around in a Mclaren 570S. Honestly, guys, but if people will say, oh yeah, but that's a waste of money. Yeah, look, I somewhat agree. But if you're going to be spending that money anyway, I don't see the fucking problem. Okay? And with that other shit on the left, like I said, you can't just kill your pet. You can't just give your kids away and sell them to some Moroccans for some goats. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not possible. It's like, I'm looking at all this shit and I'm just thinking it just makes so much more sense to go for the big hitters. The stuff that's going to improve your life setup and benefit your life more. I see so much logic in it. And like I said, you don't have to go down that route. This isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you to do those exact things. I went to the extreme level to prove how stupid it is that the way that we live. There's 3 of you, your best friends. You all have different houses. Why? Why? I just don't see the benefit. You could live in a much better place and be way happier if you all live together. You all have individual cars and they're all shit. And none of your lives are good because of it. What's to stop you getting a Porsche Panamera, which has 4 seats and is cheaper collectively per month than what you're paying right now? Has 4 seats, all of you can get in it. It's a much better, absolute baller car. You see what I mean, guys? There's so many more benefits to this, and it can be stopped at any point. You got the car on PCP, that's done. That's done whenever you want it to be done. The rent, as long as you give a month in advance, that's done whenever you want it to be done. Your gym membership, done in a month. If financial jeopardy does come in, You can just end all this shit whenever you want. If you want to go and have kids and do all the other shit, you've probably got more money saved anyway, okay? Because the one on the left is going to end up being more expensive if you're dividing it just on your own versus 3 ways, 2 ways, whatever. Even if you're doing it on your own, yeah, it's the same price anyway, so you're going to have the same money. If you want to go and do all the family shit, you can chop all that shit off anytime you want and then go and do the family life. I'm just saying, guys, think about it. It's food for thought. Status quo is wrong. I just think the way men are living is wrong. I just think we live boring fucking lives. I don't know how we got here, but we live boring lives. We've almost been fucking forced into it. We're caged. We're in prison. We don't realize how we got here, but we are. We're not doing any of the fun shit that we actually wanted to do. Now, your thing might be take away the Mclaren, live in the 2-bedroom penthouse, have so much money spare each month that you're going on holiday once or twice a month. That could be your thing. You could be the travel guy. That's what you like to do. Guys, it doesn't matter what your thing is. But if you remove a lot of this other garbage and you put your money in the big hitters, where it actually benefits your life and actually gives you some real fucking value, which is going to make you, it's going to make you a lot happier. It's going to improve your life setup, your quality of life, your options with women, your respect with men, your, like I said, life enjoyment, whatever. Like, for me, it's a no-brainer, okay? And it's just a different take on the world, okay, guys? The money is there to live the perfect lifestyle that you've always wanted. You're just allocating your funds wrong. Let's end it again. We save where we should be spending and we spend where we should be saving. Deadlift approach versus cardio approach, guys. Think about it. Check out the brand new How to Become a Better Looking Man course by using the links below.